Welcome. This is our yoga for a healthy back. Thank you for joining us. So grateful for each of you. Take really good care of yourself. We're all here adapting the practice to our own prana, which is our own life force that within us that is pulsating is our primary instructor. So we're guided by that at all time. Our practice is to listen with compassion to that inner knowing. So right away here onto our back, and we want to make sure that the whole pelvis, spine, neck is on that same plane. So if you want a blanket underneath you, make sure the whole head, neck, spine, pelvis is on that same plane. Feet wide, bent knees, and a little bit of windshield wipers, so from side to side. Yoga for a healthy back. So first principle here, body awareness, thought awareness. Okay, so as a yoga practitioner, we're cultivating those two awareness. Thought awareness, body awareness, and of course, prana awareness or energetic awareness. So we're going to place the feet flat, knees together, and both hands flat on your lower belly. In this neutral position of the pelvis, spine, which includes the neck and the head, we are in a very beneficial anatomical position. Feel free to close the eyes and experiencing that very good posture, very good anatomical position for the physical body. If we are healthy, we have everything. So here, taking a few long breaths. If we are healthy, we have everything. Now, the thinking awareness allows us to cultivate a healthy thinking process, a healthy way to think. So our physical health is determined by our mental health. If there is healthy thinking, naturally it will result in a healthy body and a healthy back. So it's really important to recognize first thought awareness, and all the practices that we have done so far is all about cultivating self-acceptance, self-compassion, self-love, being kind, tender, generous, patient with ourselves. So in yoga, we cultivate these skills, which includes being present, being with the present moment, as a skill to ultimately have a healthy body. all that we have done so far, all those previous classes, are to cultivate that healthy thinking. Now, movement is so important for our health. So here, again, windshield wipers. Our bodies were meant to move. We can turn the head opposite the legs. So throughout the day, it's really important to cultivate those, some activity, some movement throughout the day. A little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit in the evening. Healthy, safe movement. A back that is healthy has a balance of strength and flexibility and has a fluid spine. So here, taking the knees, let's hug the legs first, and then knees above the hips. We're going to flex and point the feet. Bring the lower legs to be parallel to the mat. Now flex the feet and press your hands into the upper thighs and press the upper thighs into the palms. So feel that action here, feel that inner strength along the whole spine, and a few breaths here. Listen to your inner body with kindness, so that body awareness is a skill that we cultivate all the time. Hands next to the hips, and as you exhale, right heel towards the bottom of the mat. Inhale, bring the right knee over the hip. Exhale, left side. And left knee over the hip. Exhale, right heel towards bottom of the mat. And continuing this way, alternating side. So we're sensing all the muscles working here to create this movement in tune with our level of energy, in tune with our breath. So if it's possible, nostril breathing. For the duration of the exhale, one leg extend. For the duration of the inhale, bring that leg back, knee over the hip. If we feel fatigue, legs more up. So in tune with your inner body, we're cultivating that inner body awareness. Rest when you feel you've reached your safe edge. Otherwise, one more time. Nice, and then hugging the legs. Very nice. If you want ankles up, so maybe movement here through the ankles, feet. Throughout the practice, we're cultivating that body awareness that we want to practice during the whole day, listening to our inner body. So let's bring both knees to the left side and open that right arm out to the side. If we are present, we are in tune with the life that is within and the life that surrounds us. When we're in the past or the future, we're in a place that does not exist. In the yoga tradition, a healthy thinking is a thinking that is present. To be present, feel the movement within of the breath. Feel the aliveness right here. And then taking the legs to the other side. So the more sedentary our lifestyle, the more that is challenging on our body. And integrating little breaks throughout the day where we move. It could even be putting our favorite song and dancing for 5 minutes on our favorite song. So it can be little breaks throughout the day, cleaning the house or organizing a part of the house. Just make sure we're bringing movement for our body throughout the day. So we're going to explore posture, and here again on your back, and feel that neutral spine position. We can feel there's an inward curve along the lower back and an inward curve along the neck. We have those curvatures because curves are stronger than a straight line. That's why we have an arch at the sole of the foot, so that a small foundation, just that small base of our feet, can support all that body weight above it. That's why we build bridges with an arch, because that's a stronger support. So here, feel those curvatures. When we lose those curvature, that is when the spine is weaker. Hug the knees, exhale, and then we're going to come to a seated position. So you could sit on a block. I will suggest this way, or sit on a chair. You can also choose to sit this way. So finding those sit bones and then rolling forward and back on the top of the sit bones. Just a few times. And then coming to that posture where shoulders are over the hips and ears over the shoulders, so the chin is parallel to the earth. And we can feel that inward curvature along the lower back. So I'm sitting on the block just so you can more see in that demonstration. Inward curve along the lower back, inward curve along the neck. So the moment I lose that inward curvature in the lower back, my spine is weakened. And a lot of the seats of our car, maybe our couch in our living room, brings us to be in that unhealthy posture. And then everything within is restricted, from the breath to the glands, organs, nerves. So naturally we can be here, and that's fine, maybe for a little bit. And then as soon as we notice that, coming back to that better posture. And here for a few moments in that good posture, breathing. That good posture is a way to create strength along the spine. much easier to breathe here. Organs have room to do their job. Sometimes the protrusion of the head forward also can create tremendous strain in the body. So the alignment of the ears above the shoulders, so beneficial. Otherwise, the communication between the body and the brain is disrupted. And then playfully, let's create a bed seated posture, collapsing. And I regularly catch myself in this bed posture. And then we can feel how the breath, everything internally, all the internal organs cannot do a good job here. So sitting in a good posture is so beneficial. The thinking is open and receptive versus the thinking is starting to be negative and fearful. Okay, so nice to really experience that relationship, body posture and the thinking. So let's come to a child's pose. Breathing here. Maybe the hips are up in the air. If bringing the hips towards the heels, maybe it feels a lot around ankles or knees or hips or lower back. Moment by moment, we're cultivating the skills of thinking awareness and body awareness, so that the inner experience is that of a healthy back. Let's take 2 more breaths here. If it's possible, through the nose. And we're lengthening the breath a little bit. Onto hands and knees. So here, exhale into our cat posture. The gaze is at the belly. And as we inhale, belly to the earth. Into our cow posture. Exhale into cat. And inhale into cow. So if we have our health, we have everything. And our health begins with healthy thinking. We have so many examples of a situation where someone is in a wheelchair, right? Their body is very limited, but the thinking is strong and joyful, and they're experiencing joy and well-being. So the thinking, awareness and health is so important. Here, with a neutral spine, we're going to take that right leg parallel to the ground. And here already lots of strengthening happening along the spine. And if you want, left arm parallel to the spine. I meant the ground. checking what is going on around that right shoulder. If it feels a lot, left hand down, or maybe just on the left fingertip, so we can still put weight a little bit on that right arm, hand, but just a little less. Nice. And then hands and knees down. Let's come up to the forearms and relax the head for a moment. Maybe forehead is on something. And then we can also relax the belly here. A little longer breath, and noticing how the breath actually massages the inner body. Movement is really important. Internal movement through the breath, and actually physical movement throughout the day to release tension. So important for our well-being, and we can break that up a little bit throughout the day. Coming to hands and knees. So we're lifting that upper body, a sense of pressing down through the hands, and we're taking the left leg parallel to the mat. Feel here already the work of the muscles hugging in, coming in close to the spine to stabilize the joints. And then if you want, onto the right fingertips, or perhaps extending that right arm to be parallel to the earth. Breathing in, breathing out. Very nice. And coming to hands and knees. So we'll do a lot of cobras. Come on to the belly. And we're going to bring the forehead to the mat, and then the hands out to the side. Top of the feet press down into the mat, and then also front of the pelvis heavy down into the mat. And already here, engage the muscles along the front of the spine, like there are ice cubes underneath the belly, underneath your chest. And to protect your skin, you're lifting up. So feel the work there. Top of the feet press down, lift of the knees. We're engaging all the muscles within the body. As you exhale, lift off the shoulders, head, just a little bit. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep the neck long. Inhale, lower. A little bit of weight in the hands. Exhale, maybe less weight in the hands. Inhale, lower. Top of the feet press down. Exhale. Keep the neck long as an extension of the neck. Inhale, lower. And two more. So the shoulder blades down towards the hips. Exhale, up. Nice. Inhale, lower. Now bring the hands next to the ribs. Come up. Hands and knees. And your choice. Maybe puppy downward dog. Maybe child's pose, maybe downward facing dog. Breathe So we're going slow to be very aware, attentive of what is going on. If there is pain, adapting the practice. If there is sensitivity, maybe just a very gentle way to be here. Now come up to the knees. Walk the hands to the knees and then onto the feet. So here, bend the knees a lot if there is a lot of sensitivity along the spine. This position is super beneficial. We can do elbows on the upper thighs and bend knees. And as we're listening to the spine, if it starts to feel okay, further in our forward bend, so it can be with hands on the seat of a chair or a block, very, very gentle forward bending here. So the intention here is to create space between the vertebrae. So keeping the body weight in the heels, and then very gently a little forward bending. Relax your head if that's okay. And another way to do this position, it's at a wall, and I'm demonstrating downward facing dog at the wall this way. And then see if you can move the hips a little bit. So this we can do anywhere. Even in an airport, if we're traveling, maybe just doing more for right angle at the wall. Okay? And then coming with hands to the mat and walk forward, knees onto the mat. And we're going to again come onto the belly. So just like before, forehead on the mat, top of the feet pressed down. Awaken that front of the body. Lift of the front of the body. Now turn just a little bit to the right side. So our nose, shoulders, spine is pointing a little bit more towards that right corner of the mat. Take the hands out to the side. Exhale, little lift. Shoulders head up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, little lift. So we're working more the left side of the spine. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Put as much weight as you want onto the hands. Exhale, lower. To strengthen, less weight in the hands. 2 more breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Nice. Come back centered. Forehead on your hands, knees wide. And we'll do the windshield wipers. So we'll do a lot of back bending in our yoga for a healthy back, because most of what we're doing during the day is forward bending, and that is too much, and any excess may create an imbalance. So we want to find balance. And that's why we're focusing here on back bending. Straight legs, top of the feet pressed down. And then torso towards the left corner of our mat. Take the hands comfortably out to the side. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Maybe a little less weight in the hands. Inhale, lower. Exhale up. Inhale, lower, and 2 more breaths. Wonderful. Come back centered. Hands next to the ribs. Inhale up. Can be hands and knees. And then your choice of any forward bending. Very nice. Walk the feet towards the hands. Exhale, forward bend. And then walk the hands over to the right side. So I'm demonstrating with the block. And we can always bend the knees. And then over to the other side. Long breath. So we need to have that awareness. What are we doing during the day? How we're sleeping? All of that affects the health of our back. Come back centered. Bend the knees. Lean back and then up. Torso, arms up. Let's take the hands to the lower back. With the hands pressing down onto the hips, lift of the rib cage. So this area of lower back waist gets compressed from too much sitting. So it's really essential to create space along that area. Nice. Shoulders over the hips, take the feet wide. And just a little bit of internal washing machine. Lean onto that front foot. Back leg rotates with the pelvis. So the back heel can lift up. Go slow. Maybe gazing back. Nice. So just notice the natural tension along the spine and how this feels really, hopefully, beneficial. Nice. Come to your standing position, torso, arms up. Inhale. And then let's go over to the right side. And we're breathing here in touch with what is going on. Nice. Coming back up. Inhale. Here, the intention is to lift the rib cage, space along that waist, and then left hand on the waist, right arm over the ear. Breathing. So we're going to do a series of side planks. Very gradually. Inhale, torso, arms up. And then interlace the fingers. Rest the weight of the head into the palms. And we're lifting that rib cage. Breathing. Inner experience of a little bit more space along that waist. Now let's bring the right hand underneath the right ear and drop the right elbow. Point the right elbow to the ground, left elbow up and twist. Nice. Inhale. Back to a neutral position. We're sliding the left hand underneath the left ear so the weight of the Head can be in the left hand. Left elbow points to the ground behind us. Right elbow points up. Nice. Inhale, come back center. Extend the arms up. Exhale. Bend the knees, release. Hands to the outside of the feet. Beautiful. And then step back. Come to your plank pose. Breathing here. If being on the hands feels a lot, be on your form. Okay? So we need to have strength along the spine to have a healthy back. There's no way avoiding that strength, and there's no way avoiding that flexibility. And then we need movement. Our bodies were meant to move. Very nice. So at least 30 seconds. That is the minimum. We need to have the ability to hold plank for 30 seconds. If we don't have that strength, there's no way our back can be healthy. Okay? You can always do on the knees. Good. And come to your child's pose or more of a puppy downward facing dog. Very nice. So let's come onto our side, and you can choose which side. And bend the lower arm. Create somewhat of an alignment here, especially for ears, shoulders, hips. Heels can be a little bit ahead. Let's lift the top leg and breathe here. Now as you press down through that outer hip and outer arm, lift the lower side of the body so we could really slide something underneath that lower side of the body, maintaining that, and then see if you can lift the lower leg. This is a beautiful way to build strength along the spine, okay? In a very safe way, close to the ground, we can always rest the lower leg. Very nice. And release. Let's bend the top leg and quad stretch as we rest and recover here. So this is our side plank with hip on the floor. If it's difficult to hold a foot, just take that top leg with the knee behind the hip, and maybe the foot can find the floor. Okay, this is still so beneficial because it is a back bend to compensate all that forward bending that we're doing from our daily activities. Nice. So you could repeat this way with hip on the floor, or bring the form parallel to the top edge of the mat with the elbow underneath the knee and the shoulder, and we're pressing down. Let's bend both knees. And here, as we press down through the outer lower shin and form, see if you can lift a little bit that lower side of the body, and then maybe lift the hips. So we gradually, progressively see what's right. This might be it for now, or maybe a little bit more. Thinking awareness, right? The first step is always acceptance. beginning where we are with what is, in tune with our life force, and then maybe later gradually a little bit adding to what is. It's just maintaining what the strength that we have is already amazing. So let's come to that second side. Finding that alignment. And then we can lift the top leg as we press down through the outer lower hip, outer lower arm, a little bit of lifting of that lower side of the spine, side of that spine. This is already perhaps plenty, and maybe an option of lifting that lower leg. All that we do in any yoga practice is for a healthy spine. Breathing here. Nice. Very good. And release. Let's do our top leg quad stretch. So we can take that leg perhaps behind us if we don't want to hold the foot. So it is excess stillness or excess sedentary lifestyle that can create an imbalance. Just going for a walk or a few movements, maybe on our bed, maybe putting on our favorite song and dancing a little bit. So we're going to bend the knees, and then we can repeat the side plank on the hip, with the hip on the mat, maybe form parallel to that top edge, and we're bending the knees. First, lift off that lower side of the body, so we don't want to collapse onto that lower shoulder. This may be a place to be for now. And as we press the outer lower chin, maybe the hip up, maybe the leg up, listening to our prana. Thinking awareness, breath awareness, physical awareness. One more breath. And then we're going to come down. Very nice. Let's be on our belly. And here, take the arms in a T shape. Forehead can be on the mat. We're going to lift the upper body and lift the arms. Breathing. Making sure right and left side works equally. Also making sure the shoulders as high as the ankles. Watch for the legs taking over because they're stronger. One more breath. Rest as soon as you feel it's getting a little bit too much. Now as we exhale, hands next to the ribs. Inhale. It can be cobra or upper facing dog. And then any forward bending. Very nice. You can move the hips. Inhale, come to your plank. Exhale, all the way onto the belly. So the snake is checking if the tail is still there. Take the right hand forward, left hand closer to the waist. Inhale. Let's gaze back. Left shoulder back. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. Exhale. And 3 more breaths. Very nice. Take the left hand forward, right hand close to the right side of the waist. Inhale. So now it's the right shoulder back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then 2 more breaths. Wonderful. Hands next to the ribs. Inhale. Any back bend. And as we exhale, any forward bending. So let's walk feet to the outside of the hands. Your squatting position. So we are not doing that much. And it's beautiful to experience how that little bit is making such a difference. We're going to sit on the mat. So I will suggest this posture. Some of you may prefer figure 4 stretch on your back. Maybe using the wall this way. Maybe the pigeon. Maybe the double pigeon. The double pigeon is this way. Okay? So many options. A little bit of intuitively self-practice. Okay? So we're creating here inner awareness. Letting that guide us. And together, once we settle into that posture of choice, 5 long breaths. In times of our life where things are pretty smooth, it's an opportunity to practice thinking awareness and to observe the thoughts. So let's start the practice when things are easy, our nervous system is calm, able to grow. So here, very aware of the thoughts. And then directing the attention on the movement of the breath. Nice. Coming out of the posture, and then we're setting up for that second side. So maybe figure 4 stretch at the wall or on our back, maybe pigeon. And then we're finding the posture. And together, 5 conscious breaths. So we all know the situation is going to become more and more challenging just because of the natural process of aging, slowing down, our health may be affected by diseases, and then ultimately more and more aging and then dying. So let's start when we still have a lot of energy and ability to direct our life force, our prana. Two more breaths here. Nice. Slowly coming up. Beautiful. So let's meet in hands and knees. You're going to choose maybe a plank. This is our last minute of effort. Maybe side plank. Your choice, okay? We're going to take 3 breaths here. Your choice, plank or side plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Let's choose second side or a different position. Inhale. Exhale. Directing our attention towards what we can do. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Bend the knees, buttocks on the mat. And then we're going to roll onto our back. Beautiful, blissful baby posture. Movement, stillness. So we're going to finish with a series of twists. Here, hug the right leg. Open the right arm out to the side. Twists are very healing. On the back, even more. It could be a seated posture. And seated postures are the most challenging on our body. So for this practice, on our back. Let's bring the right foot at the bottom of the mat, hug the left leg. And then we're opening the left hip, left arm, I meant to say, and then the left leg over to the right side. We can always slow down, pause, connect to the breath. We can always relax the thinking into this present moment. A lot of the pain or discomfort we can feel along the spine is actually tension that comes from the thinking. So relaxation is so beneficial for us. Here, let's take a bridge, hands towards the heels, feet hip width apart, neutral neck and head, and take the hips up. Another back bend, and as you know, we could place the block underneath the hips. And so here, if you have a block or a thick pillow, place it underneath the hips. Let's do a windshield wiper position with the legs, arms pointing the left side. And so the block is more underneath the left hip. And we can relax in this position. Here, listening to the most subtle pulsation. We're going to come to that second side. Knees, arms towards the right side. the block is more underneath the right hip, or it can be that thick pillow. And relaxing the whole inner body. In this stillness, noticing the subtle little changes that are happening. Taking here the block to the side. Hug the knees. We're going to roll up to a seated position. Some of us will do legs apart, and if you want, maybe legs ahead of the hips. So here, very gently forward bending. Breathing. We're going to set up for Shavasana. So a nice position is to have under both legs, knees, a support. Even a little bit can make such a difference. If you have a chair and you want to rest the calves on the seat of a chair or a box that is not too high, that is also really nice. Neutral neck position, spine position, and connecting to that inner spine, the whole Shushumna Nadi, that main line of energy along our inner spaciousness. Palms can open up. So here, Shavasana, corpse, rest, relax, surrender into the support of the earth underneath you for 10 or 15 minutes. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for the luminous nature inside and outside. And may all expressions of existence be safe and healthy, be at peace, be free and joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.